The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. The governor has called a state of emergency.
There are hundreds and hundreds of bodies lining the streets.
Panic spread worldwide after a leaked report from the World Health Organization showed that the latest vaccination tests have failed.
With the bureaucrats out of power, we can finally take the necessary...
Hey guys, I'm Nathaniel, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how protagonists in video games are changing and what this means to us as the player. So the footage that you just saw is of a very popular video game called The Last of Us. And before we start, I'd just like to warn you guys that the footage that you will see is extremely graphic, and of course there are going to be spoilers. So as you just saw in that first video explaining the game's premise, it's set in a post-apocalyptic world 20 years after a deadly virus has infected most of the world's population. This virus leaves the victim in a zombie-like state, each of which gets progressively deadlier to the player as the disease progresses. So the main characters that you play as in the game are Joel and Ellie. Joel is a middle-aged man who has survived these last 20 years by smuggling, stealing, and killing dozens and dozens of people. It's also worth mentioning that Joel lost his roughly 13 or 14-year-old daughter early on in the chaos that surrounded the disease. And Ellie is also a roughly 13 or 14-year-old girl who was born after civilization collapsed and who is immune to the deadly disease and assumedly the only one of her kind. As the story progresses, Joel is tasked with delivering Ellie to a rebel organization called the Fireflies, who are still actively searching for a cure. However, the doctors want to kill Ellie in order to harvest the material that's growing all over her brain in order to reverse engineer a vaccine. So naturally, Joel kills everyone in the hospital, including the doctors who are actively trying to find a cure for this deadly disease, and rides off into the sunset with Ellie in tow to a town that they consider safe. So from many people's point of view, the game shows Joel as a hero. He's the main protagonist of the game, and he saves Ellie from certain death. And I think that this is partially because the player is Joel. The player really only does good, right? So this is where things get interesting. For me, I see Joel as a sociopathic murderer who will kill anyone and anything in his path in order to advance his own selfish interests. I know that these sound like heavy charges, but trust me, the proof is in the game itself. So this could be fueled by the loss of his daughter early on in the game, or simply just because of the terrible circumstances that the world is left in. So the way I see it, Joel is projecting the loss of his daughter onto Ellie and forcing her to take his daughter's place in his mind. Sure, he saved Ellie from certain death, but Ellie is also the only cure to a disease that has killed billions and billions of people, and will definitely kill many more before its course is run. So Ellie even explicitly says that she wants to die for this cause, and give her life to save the lives of many other people. So Joel literally kills hundreds of people on his way to deliver Ellie to the Fireflies. My personal kill count reached over 500 bodies, which I think is way too much. In the game, he's described as a crazy man who kills violently, and he's also described as being on both sides, meaning that he's definitely killed innocent people for their belongings. So while playing the game, people will beg you for their lives, especially in the ending scene when Joel is forced to kill the doctors, the team of doctors that are about to operate on Ellie. And the game forces you to kill them, and in a way takes the power away from you. They force you to see that your wishes and Joel's wishes are not the same, and often not even close. So I think that this is what makes the game brilliant. The fact that they take the power away from you and force you to see that you shouldn't assume that you are Joel, or that you would want to be Joel. And I think that it makes this game one of the best I've ever played. So check out this ending scene that definitely backs up some of what I've been saying so far.
Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here.
What happened?
Fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done them a damn bit of good, neither. They've stopped looking for a cure.
Wait! Let me go! Please.
You just come after her. Keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
So thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to check out some of the other videos I'm going to put up about this game and many others like it. And be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks.